sure I'll ruffle feathers. If I don't, that's great too. 5 fragrances that definitely let me down in the year 2018. Keep on watching. Hello to all you out there in fragrance land. My name's Joshua and this is our channel, Scentsense. To all you sensations, what you think? What do you think? Who keep coming back for more even though I probably have needs in the mental department, I appreciate you. And to all you new people who are maybe checking out the channel for the very first time, no, this is not Scentsense, this is Scentsense. So if that's why you came, I apologize. This is gonna be slightly less awesome. We're gonna be talking about 5 fragrances that I feel, in my opinion, let me down in the year 2018. These are new releases that were actually released in the year 2018, and I find that they just didn't hit the mark. Starting off the list is from the house of Dolce Gabbana. It's the One Gray. Usually I have the bottle, I'd hold it up here and you'd see it, but sadly I couldn't help it. I had to get rid of it while I could because I know I'd never wear it. It is not an off-putting and terrible scent. It's just, at first thought, I thought that this was gonna be the next step in the Dolce & Gabbana, the One line, and this flanker was gonna be fantastic, but really what it was is it just felt like they tried to take Dolce & Gabbana, the One EDP, and make it insanely fresh. And it really felt like somebody did a really bad blending experiment where they sprayed like a really sweet, seductive, you know, darker, dense fragrance in one bottle, and then they put like Azzurro Chrome in another and like shooked it up and sprayed that on themselves. That's what vibe I got. So starting off the list at 5, Dolce & Gabbana's the One Gray. Number 4 is from the house of Jean-Paul Gaultier. It's from the Le Male line. No, it's not the 1,000,000 kajillion flankers of Popeye, which are all the same thing, which is Superman, the one with the weird squiggly drawing. No, it's not that. It's in the navy. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Josh, you probably should have saw that coming. You probably should have guessed it wasn't gonna be that great. But man, I had high hopes, man. I thought it was gonna be something different, something unique, because you have a lot of different variations of the fragrance. You've got the original Le Male, then you've got the Superman, and then you've got Ultra Male. So you've got these different ones that were really good ones, but I just felt like, man, they really swung for the fences with this, and they tried to join that late craze of super freshies, and man, I feel like they just made something that was gonna be forgettable. It felt like when Sega made the Dreamcast. Perfect example if you're into gaming. And number 3 is Creed's Viking. I'm not 100% sure if it came out in 2018. I think it did. Even if it didn't, it was talked about ad nauseum last year. So at the end of the day, I kind of chalk it up in my memory as a 2018 fragrance. And man, when it comes to that one, I felt like that one was a complete and utter miss. I feel like a lot of people had to literally let the fragrance grow on them. And man, if a fragrance that costs that much money has to grow on you, that's a bad sign. When it comes to the house of Creed, they pumped out hit after hit after hit. Some of them smelled like other things, but when it came to what they did, none of them, in my opinion, missed the mark quite like Viking. As I've said before, I feel like Viking smells like if you took Aqua Velva, that blue stuff you put on your face, and then like mineral ice, and you stirred that together and you splash a couple splashes of Old Spice together, and then you rub that together and you like on Home Alone, that's what you would smell like. So moving on from that, at number 3 was Creed's Vikings. Coming in at number 2 was Terry Mugler's Alien, or now Mugler Alien for men. It was a little too experimental for me. It was a little too avant-garde. I find that when it comes to designer fragrances, you should probably stay a little close to center and a little further from left, but closer to right. I find that when it comes to this fragrance, they were far left. It has this weird wang to it that just feels very unpleasant to my nose. Just wasn't a fan, was pretty much let down. I expected fireworks, and I got that thing you light on the ground that's supposed to look like a snake but just looks like poop. For that, get it for 4th of July, that's what I got. Finishing off the list, strong at number 1 is a fragrance that goes away because it sits on the skin very light for me and vanishes really quickly. That fragrance is Bleu de Chanel Parfum. As you've seen in my video, if you've watched it, I was very underwhelmed. A lot of people thought maybe I was a little too critical, but at the end of the day, when it came to Bleu de Chanel Parfum, I did expect something different. I know what you're thinking. Some people were gonna say, oh, well, it's Bleu de Chanel Parfum. How could you think it was something completely different? Well, there's been many times when lines have made a parfum version of their fragrance where it's not the same, kind of like Dior Homme Parfum. I mean, you have a completely different smell and connotation based on the original flanker, or L'Homme's Parfum. I mean, it's a different smell almost altogether. I find that Parfum was just a denser, more heavier version of the two previous fragrances, and if I had to choose out of the three, I think the EDT is the one that really had that great scent DNA, and I find that the EDP is a little bit stronger, but it's in the scent characteristics, but doesn't even last on me as long as the EDT. I find that the EDT is where it's at, and I feel like the Parfum should be where it's at, but for me, sadly, it just isn't. So rounding out the list, at number 1 was Bleu de Chanel Parfum. All right, if you need to get your pitchforks and locate them and where you should stab me, directly in the heart is a good spot if you feel that I was wrong. If you think I'm right, then kudos to you too, man. If not, hey, if you like something else or you don't like something else, I'm cool with that too. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below listing some fragrances that were letdowns for you in the year 2018. If you want to go ahead and take the time to like this video or maybe subscribe to the channel, do so. If not, no pressure. Because at the end of the day, ladies and germs, I'm gonna smell you later. Peace. You sit down.